Hi and welcome to the practice. Let's start seated in Sukhasana, cross-legged, or you might like to have one leg out or both legs out in front. Make sure that your sitting bones are grounded and you're sitting up tall. The chest is open but your shoulders are relaxed. Rest your hands on your knees or in your lap with your palms turned open and gently close down your eyes, taking your awareness within. Check in that your face is relaxed, your jaw released, the shoulders relax back away from your ears. Both sitting bones connected to the earth, the legs relaxed. Let's connect mind to heart by chanting Om 3 times. Take an inhalation from your lower belly. Subtle resonance of Om, the universal frequency. Notice the inflow and outflow of your breath. Your mind quieting as you focus in on your breath. Calmed and soothed by the sound of Om. And gently open your eyes. Let's take one hand to the side and with your inhalation, reach up the other arm, lift tall through your spine and exhale, that side bend, keeping both sitting bones grounded to the mat. Gently peel open the chest, turning to look up, lowering chin to shoulder, or you may find that it's more comfortable to look down. Again, the chin lowers towards the shoulder to lengthen the back of your neck. With your next inhalation, let's draw up tall through the center. Exhale, let's take hand to opposite knee, the other hand behind. Inhale, lift nice and tall. And with your exhalation, let's twist round to one side. Lift your chin so that you're gazing up to where the wall meets the ceiling. And with your exhalation, let's turn back to look at the hands-free knee, lowering the chin to the shoulder. Lengthen the back of your neck. With your inhalation, let's turn round, back to our twist, improving suppleness of the spine. And with your exhalation, let's untwist. Taking the other leg in front, let's take the side bend to the other side. Inhale, drawing up the arm, nice tall spine. Exhale, side bending to the other side, connecting both sitting bones. Inhale, turning to look up or look down, lowering chin to shoulder. Notice the openness on one side of the body, going easy at the beginning of the class, just finding that balance between effort and effortlessness, allowing the body to open. With the next inhalation, let's draw up, exhale, release, taking the hand behind, hand to opposite knee, inhale, lift up nice and tall, and with your exhalation, let's twist to the other side. Gently lifting the chin. With your next exhalation, let's look back at the hands-free knee. And with your inhalation, turn back to your twist with control. And with your exhalation, let's untwist. So let's take the legs out wide, a comfortable distance, not your full extension. Taking the arms out at shoulder height and interlacing the fingers. Imagine that you're stirring a big pot of soup, and let's stir. So exhale forward and inhale back. Circling the torso, engaging your abdominal muscles as you lean back. Keep lifting out of your hips. Find the rhythm with your breath. Smooth, even breath, full and complete. Enjoy your breath. Synchronized movement with breath. And let's circle back in the opposite direction. Exhaling forward, inhaling back. Big circles with the hands. Let's do one more circle, synchronizing movement with breath. Come back to center and exhale, release your hands. Let's cross at the ankles and come to child's pose. Knees separated, big toes together, sink the weight back to your heels. Lengthen your spine, drawing the tailbone towards the earth. Feel the muscles either side of your spine, notice the gentle stretch. Feel the length along your spine, the space between each vertebrae. And with your inhalation, let's come up onto all fours, knees under your hips and wrists under your shoulders. Spread your fingers. Inhale, cow pose. The shoulder blades move down the back. Lift the chin, spread your sitting bones. Exhale, press into the hands and arch the back. The tailbone draws down and under. Inhale, flow open into cow pose. And exhale, cat pose. Flexion of the spine, excellent warm-up posture. Preparing the back for the more vigorous yoga asanas. Connecting with your breath, movement coordinated with your breath. The breath initiating the movement rather than the movement initiating the breath. With your next exhalation, let's come back to neutral spine. Staying firm through the middle, let's practice Sunbird. So stretch out your right arm and your left leg straight. Just move up a little. Find a focus point or drishti on the floor to keep your balance. If you like to go further, bend the left leg, reach behind and take hold of the ankle with your right hand. Inhale, lift your chest, gazing up. With your inhalation, let's release. Exhale, lowering the hand and knee with control. Let's move to the right side, taking the left leg over the top. So right knee in front under hip and right wrist under shoulder. Assisted side plank. So if it feels good for you, let's reach the arm into the air, turning to look up at the hand, lowering chin to shoulder. Find your balance, find your breath, being present. If you'd like to go further, lifting the left leg so that it is parallel to the floor, gently pushing through the heel and flexing back the toes. All the while gazing up at your hand, this is your drishti. And if you'd like to go further, bend the left leg, take hold of the ankle, and inhale, turn the chest towards the sky, revolving the heart open. Lovely quadricep stretch. So being mindful of your wrist. If you feel any discomfort, gently coming out of the posture. Inhale, release. And exhale, let's lower back to hands and knees. So let's take Sunbird to the other side. Stretching out the left arm and right leg straight this time. Staying firm through the middle, not allowing the belly or back to sag. The hips in line. So if you'd like to go further, let's bend the right leg, reach behind and take hold of the ankle with your left hand, and inhale, open your heart, lifting the chin slightly. With your exhalation, let's release, lowering the hand and the knee. Let's take the assisted side plank to the left side, keeping knee under hip and wrist under shoulder. Reach right arm into the air. So right foot foot connects to the floor to begin with, just to check with your balance and the position. Lowering chin to shoulder, gazing up at the hand if that's comfortable, or if it may be more comfortable to look down at the hand or at a point on the floor or head to keep your balance. So making yoga suitable for you. It doesn't need to match exactly what I do. So we can lift the right leg if you'd like to join me. The leg parallel to the floor, gently pushing through the heel and flexing back the toes. We bend the leg if you'd like to go further. Taking hold of the ankle with your right hand, same hand to ankle, and gently revolving the chest open. Gazing up at the sky, keeping your breath smooth and even, soft face and gaze. With your inhalation, let's lift up and exhale with control, lowering hand and knees to the mat, sinking back to child's pose. Turning the palms open and closed, gently rotating the wrists. And from here, let's lift up and back to downward facing dog. So curling the toes under, make sure your feet are hip width apart and your hands are shoulder width apart. And press up and back into downward facing dog. So you're in inverted V shape. And let's walk the dog, lowering one heel down at a time, stretching the back of the leg muscles and Achilles tendon. If you feel discomfort, you might like to keep on your knees and stretch out one leg at a time. Downward facing dog may be fine later on in the practice, but right now you might want to just do it, warm up this way. Always checking in with your wrists. If you feel any discomfort, modify the pose. Don't force your body through a practice that you feel discomfort or pain. The yoga can be a very humbling practice. It really brings our attention to how our body's feeling and the body's messages. So if we ignore the body's messages of pain or discomfort, then we certainly pay for it. So tune into the body and do what's right. What's great about a home practice is you don't have anyone to compare with. You can really tune in and do what feels right. So let's walk the feet up to the hands, Uttanasana. Outside edge of the feet parallel. Cradle the elbows in your hands. Feel free to bend the knees, resting the belly onto the thighs. Keep your eyes open, direct the crown of the head to the floor, sitting bones to the sky. I love doing this pose. In nearly every yoga practice I do, it really clears the mind, releases any perceived burdens off the shoulders. And we come up feeling freer and lighter. So let's release the arms, and in your own time, let's roll up to standing. And when you get there, lift up from your hips, inhale, and press the hips forward for a back bend. With your inhalation, let's come up to standing. Standing tall into Dasana at the top of your mat. Gently drawing the belly up and back towards your spine. Ground into your feet. Lift up into Father Sky through the crown of your head. Inhale, reach the arms back and up. Exhale, let's swan dive. Inhale, look forward, Adho Uttanasana. Long spine, hands at your shins or to the floor. And with your exhalation, let's step back to plank pose, high push-up position. Feel free to lower to your knees for supported plank. Inhale at the top and exhale, engage your abdominals and move the body forward and lower. If you feel you need to take your elbows out to the side, then I suggest you break it up, knees, chest, chin, and keep the elbows in. Strengthening your core muscles. Take a moment to lengthen your legs, your lower back, and inhale, curl the upper back for Cobra. The shoulders draw back, elbows bent and hugged in. You might prefer Sphinx with your elbows under your shoulders. Either way, keep the shoulders drawn back. With your exhalation, let's curl the toes under and lift up and back into downward facing dog. So we pause here for a moment. Make any adjustments. You might like to keep your knees bent. You might like to walk the dog gently, do some little twists. Open across the upper back. Do what feels right. This is your yoga practice. Your yoga mat is your sanctuary, your altar. Listen to the body's messages. So let's bend the knees and look between the hands. Either step, hop, or jump to the top. Inhale, look forward. Adho Uttanasana, long spine. Exhale, fold in. Uttanasana, feel free to bend the knees. Ground into your feet. Inhale, let's lead up with the heart. Engage your abdominals. Reach for the sky. Lift out from your hips and push the hips forward. Exhale, hands at your heart. And Jali Mudra. Inhale, lift the arms with the breath. Exhale, swan dive with the breath. Inhale, look forward with the breath. Exhale, let's step back to plank pose, perhaps left foot this time. Inhale at the top. And exhale, move the body forward lower. Engage your abdominal muscles. Find what's right for you, perhaps break it up. Uncurl your toes. Inhale, cobra or sphinx. Lengthen the lower back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press up and back. Feel free to transition to your knees first. Just letting the head hang between the arms in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Spread your fingers. Allow the weight to distribute across the whole hand into the finger pads. Gently press the chest back. So let's bend the knees onto the toes. Look between the hands. Either step, hop, or jump to the top. Inhale, look forward. Adho Uttanasana. Exhale, fold in and let go. Anything that's not serving your higher good today. And inhale in inspiration with positive love. And exhale, lower your hands to your heart. Inhale, chair pose, Uktatasana. So like you're about to sit on a chair, send the weight back into your heels. Gazing up between your hands, engage your abdominal muscles, belly drawn back and up towards spine, neutral spine. And with your exhalation, let's fold. Inhale, look forward, Adho Uttanasana. And exhale, step or jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. So to jump back, we go straight to the low push-up position. If you're going to jump back, I suggest that you not jump back to plank pose where you're high because that might jar your knees. So you might like to walk back to here and exhale, lower with control. Inhale, Sphinx, Cobra or upward facing dog. It's upward facing dog, pressing the chest between the arms and the hips and legs off the mat. Tops of the toes on the mat. Roll onto the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. So pausing here, connecting with your breath. That may mean to lower to the knees for part of the time you're in this posture. And let's bend the knees, look between the toes, either step, hop or jump to the top. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, let's fold in. Inhale, bend the knees, Uktatasana, chair pose. Sending the weight into the heels. And with your inhalation, let's draw up. Exhale, hands at your heart. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, let's lower the hands to the heart. So chair twist. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, taking left elbow to the outside of the right knee. And twisting around to the right. So your knees may want to, one knee may want to pop out. So keep them both together. If you find that you need a bit more space, feel free to come up to an upper back twist. Keeping your hands at your heart. Either way, you'll get a nice twist. With your exhalation, let's release. Inhale, press up to stand. Exhale, hands at your heart. Inhale, chair pose. Sweeping the arms by the body. Weight into the heels, neutral spine. Exhale, hands at your heart. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, take right elbow to the outside of the left knee, using that as leverage to twist round. Keeping both knees together. If you need a bit more space, staying in a more upright position and twist from the upper back to the left. Hands at your heart. With your exhalation, let's release. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands at your heart. Pausing here for just a moment. Notice your heartbeat. Great cardiovascular exercise. So let's practice a balanced posture, Garudasana, or eagle pose. Let's shift the weight to the right leg and find a focus point on the floor or on the wall ahead, an unmoving object. Keep both knees bent and wrap left leg around the right. Hook the left foot onto the calf of the right leg. If you feel discomfort, you can have the foot suspend in the air or place the foot by the leg. So once you've got that, let's squeeze the outer hips in and take the arms out at shoulder height. Bending at the elbows, let's wrap left arm under and around the right. The hands won't line up. And let's take the elbows up to shoulder height. Relax the muscles at the base of your neck. Tailbone down and under. Belly engaged. A nice stretch across the upper back and shoulders. And with your inhalation, let's release and open our arms out. Exhale, releasing. Let's shift the weight to the left leg, bending both legs, and let's wrap right leg around the left this time. So hooking the foot onto the calf, or having the foot suspend in the air, or place it by the foot. Finding a position where you can feel steadiness and ease. Draw the outer hips in, and let's take the arms out at shoulder height. So bending at the elbows. This time we're wrapping right arm under and around the left. Bringing your elbows up at shoulder height when you're ready. So you'll notice the lifting up of the pelvic floor muscles, activating the perineum at the base of the spine. Keep the breath flowing with steadiness and ease, and if you fall out, just come straight back in. Keep the spine nice and long. And with your inhalation, let's release, opening your arms out, and exhale, releasing. Beautiful. So let's jump or step the legs out wide. And let's turn to the left. So, turning to the left. And we'll have our left leg out in front. So we're going to interlace the fingers behind. Right leg at about, or the right foot at about a 60-degree angle. And with your inhalation, lift out from your hips and open your heart to the sky. And with the exhalation, let's bend the left leg as we fold to the inside of the bent leg. Letting the arms lift behind. And with your inhalation, let's draw back up. Exhale, release the arms, turning the foot out. Straight legs. And with your exhalation, let's bend the left knee and take it out to the little toes. So we're coming into Warrior 2, gazing out over your left fingertips. So this time our hips are square to the side of the mat, whereas our previous posture, our hips are square to the end of the mat. So if you find that your hips are still pointing to the top of the mat, turning your hips and turn your back foot out. So our feet are at a 90-degree angle. Lowering right hand to right leg, left palm open. Inhale, reaching the arm up. Exhale, taking it by the ear for Dancing Warrior. And with your inhalation, let's draw up. Exhale, Warrior 2. And inhale, straighten the leg. And let's turn to the other side. So turning to the other end of your mat, bringing your back leg in. So let's interlace the fingers. So your back foot at about a 60-degree angle. Hips square to the end of the mat. Inhale, lift up from your hips, open your heart to the sky. And with your exhalation, let's bend the knee and fold just to the inside of the leg. The hands lift behind. So your pelvic floor muscles are engaged, abdominals engaged, tailbone down and under. Back leg really strong. Stretch across the chest and shoulders. Great counter pose to a lot of our daily activities that collapse our front. Engage your abdominal muscles and inhale, let's draw up, straightening the leg along the way. And let's prepare for Warrior 2. Feet at right angles to each other. And with your exhalation, bend the right knee, sending it out to the little toe. Gazing out over the right fingertips. Armpits in line with your hips. Keeping the knee in line with your ankle. Dancing Warrior, let's lower backhand to back leg. Turn front palm open. And inhale, drawing up the arm so that it's vertical. Or you might like to go further and bring it by the ear. So opening the right side of your body. With your next inhalation, let's draw up. Exhale, Warrior 2, one breath. And inhale, straighten the leg. And let's turn the feet in. Interlacing the fingers behind once again. Great way to open across the chest and shoulders. Inhale, lift up from your hips. Looking up. And exhale, drawing the belly in. Let's fold. Parvritta Uktatasana. I invite you to gently shake and nod the head, ensuring that your neck is completely relaxed. Letting go of anything that's not serving your higher good today. Drawing strength and inspiration with your in-breath. With your inhalation, let's draw the belly in and rise back up. Releasing the hands. And let's take a big step up to the top of the mat. Coming to Tadasana, mountain posture. And with your inhalation, let's take chair pose. Sweeping the arms by the body. And with your exhalation, let's fold. Inhale, look forward, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, let's step or jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, cobra or sphinx. And exhale, rolling onto the toes, downward facing dog. So let's lower to the knees, sink back to child's pose. Resting the forehead to the mat, the knees separated, allowing space for your belly to practice lower abdominal breaths. So let's take right elbow over to to the left side, bringing ear and shoulder to the mat, and take left hand on top of right so that we open across the upper back. Press into the hand, bring the chin in towards the body, lengthening the back of the neck, making sure that you are comfortable in the neck area. If not, feel free to modify. Breathe into that space at the back of the heart, between and below the shoulder blades. With your exhalation, let's release and let's take it to the other side. So taking left elbow over to right and taking right hand on top of left, bringing ear and shoulder towards the mat, letting them touch so that you're supported, bringing chin in towards the chest. Press right hand into left, creating a bit more space and opening across the thoracic spine. Taking your attention there, feel as if you're breathing in and out just from that area that's feeling the opening. And with your exhalation, let's release. Coming back to regular child's pose, length along your spine. Be aware of the space between each vertebra. And let's gently walk our hands up. So we're going to take a pose called Yoga Mudra. You can start in cross-legged position and then take your left leg around so the foot's by the buttock. And we're going to turn to our right bent leg, taking one hand in front, the other hand behind. Check in that both sitting bones are grounded. Inhale, press into your hands and lift your spine tall. With your next inhalation, let's reach the arms up, bringing the palms together into a mudra. And with your exhalation, let's fold over the right leg. If you need a bit more support, feel free to walk the hands forward and bring the palms together once you're there. So bringing the weight down evenly on both sitting bones, although one side will feel that it has more weight than the other, still bring some weight down on the left sit bone. Always trying to create balance in yoga. Balance on the right side and left side. One side will be more flexible and open than the other. And with the inhalation, we're going to draw up either with the arms extended, or you might like to walk your hands up. So inhale, engage your abdominal muscles. Let's draw up. Exhale, release the arms wide. Taking right hand under your shoulder. Let's press the hips forward. If you feel any discomfort, feel free to take your hands behind and center the torso. Inhale, opening your heart to the sky, keeping both sitting bones grounded. If it's okay for you, the palm is flat, under shoulder. Inhale, sweep the arm up, pressing the hips forward, tailbone down and under. Checking in with your neck that you feel that it's safely aligned. And with your exhalation, let's come back down. And let's come back to the cross-legged position. So this time we can take right foot behind and the left foot to the inner thigh. Let's turn to the left bent leg, taking one hand behind and one hand in front. Inhale, lift out of your hips, using the hands for support. And with your next inhalation, let's reach the arms up, bringing the palms together into a mudra. And with your exhalation, folding with the arms extended, or you might like to walk the hands forward. So folding over the bent leg, bringing the palms together. Be aware of your right sit bone, bringing some weight down on that side, or the energy moving down that side. This is a great pose to practice a balance between effort and effortlessness. As there's a lot going on, you may feel a sweet discomfort in this posture. So I invite you to find some softness in this pose. If that means easing back a bit off your right buttock, that's fine. And with your inhalation, engage your abdominal muscles. Bring the arms up or walk the hands up. And exhale, release, centering the torso. So a gentle opening, taking the hands behind. Inhale, lift up from your hips and open your heart to the sky, both sitting bones grounded. Or you might like to go further, hand under the shoulder. Inhale, press the hips forward. And with your exhalation, let's come back down. So let's bring the legs together into Baddha Konasana. Bringing the feet up towards your groin, either holding onto your ankles or onto your toes. Inhale, lift nice and tall. And with your exhalation, let's fold. Keeping the spine nice and long. And when you reach your maximum, exhale, round the back. So creating space between the vertebrae before we round the back, avoiding compression of the spine. So great posture to alleviate fatigue. It's said to be great for the health of the bladder. Helps to improve flexibility of our hips. Stretching the hip flexors, the groins. It's very calming as we fold forward. Heart rate slows. Become introspective. Great pose for self-inquiry. To notice what crosses our mind, what is taking up our energy at this moment. Is it something that's serving our higher good, or is it something that we need to lovingly release? With your inhalation, let's draw forwards and up. And let's bring the legs together. Tabletop pose, so the knees are hip width apart and the feet are as well. Taking the hands behind under your shoulders. So with your inhalation, we're going to take on a tabletop shape. So just checking in with your feet that it's well aligned, so that when we lift, the knees will be in line with ankles. If you'd rather not lift your hips, you can press into your hands and open your heart to the sky, lifting the sternum. If it's okay for you, inhale, lift the hips off the mat, making some adjustments. Feel free to release the head back if that's comfortable for your neck. And with your exhalation, let's lower back down. Draping the arms over the legs, bow the head forward. Inhale, let's draw back up. Let's do a twist. So let's take the right foot over the left leg, grounding both sitting bones. Take right hand behind and left arm across the body, hooking the elbow onto the knee. And with your inhalation, lift nice and tall. And with your exhalation, let's twist round to the right. With your inhalation, lift tall. With your exhalation, you might find you're able to twist a bit more around. It's quite surprising how far we can actually twist. Bringing out the vital mid-body organs, liver, kidney, spleen, the digestive organs. With your exhalation, let's release. Let's swap it to the other side. So taking left foot over right, left foot over left leg, taking left hand behind, right arm across the body, hooking elbow onto the knee. Ground sitting bones, inhale, lift tall. And exhale, let's twist round to the left. Using your breath for your practice, inhale, lift tall. Exhale, twisting round. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, twisting round. Exhalation, let's untwist, bringing the knees in. Let's practice Navasana. So at any time, feel free to pause the video, taking a rest, and rejoining when you're ready. There's no hurry. Always finding steadiness and ease. I invite you to practice boat pose. A great way to strengthen our abdominal muscles. Lift tall, hold on to your knees. Some variations, so a gentle option, lifting the feet off the floor, holding onto your knees, balancing on sit bones. Or having your knees bent with your arms outstretched. The full expression, stretch out your legs and your arms. Keep lifting out from your hips, neutral spine, soft base and gaze. And with your exhalation, let's drape the arms, bow the head, release your belly, absorb the practice. With your inhalation, let's prepare for another round. Lift tall out from your hips, neutral spine, taking the posture with your inhalation, choosing the variation that's appropriate for you at the moment. Feel free to swap between variations for each round. Always practicing with the body you have right now. With your exhalation, let's release and let's roll down onto the back. Bring the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana, perhaps placing your hands on your belly, or you can rest your arms by your side with palms turned open. Ensure that your belly has relaxed, letting go of any tightness or holding. Feel the swelling of the belly with the inhalation and the deflation with your exhalation. The rise and fall of your belly, like the coming and going of the tide at the seashore. Allowing the heart rate to slow, returning to a place of neutrality, of homeostasis. And let's bring the knees back up, perhaps hugging them in, and gently rock from side to side. Let's lengthen out the legs for Shavasana. But being mindful of your back, you may like to keep your knees bent so that all of your back is contacting the mat. But find equal sensation on right and left. Close down your eyes, soften your entire face, release the jaw, relax your neck and shoulders. Feel the heaviness of your arms lying along the floor. Turn your palms open and allow your fingers to curl up naturally. Be aware of the muscles either side of your spine and allow them to soften and relax. Soften your lower back and your abdomen, taking your attention there once again. Soft. Inflation with the inhalation. Deflation with the exhalation. Be aware of your pelvis and your hips. Allow your hips to loosen. Allow your whole pelvis to sink down. Relax your legs, softening the thighs and calves. Loosen the knees, the ankles and your toes. Let the feet fall outward if your legs are outstretched. So I invite you to mentally scan your body again and make any little adjustments you need to so that you can lie still for the next minute or two, giving your body the time to rejuvenate. And I invite you to practice a pranayama exercise. So being aware of the duration of your in-breath and out-breath. Notice how long it takes to take the in-breath and how long it takes for the out-breath. So we want an even breath in with an even breath out. Perhaps you breathe in for a count of 4 and breathe out for a count of 4. And I invite you to gradually lengthen the exhalation so it takes double the time as the inhalation. So for example, let's breathe in for a count of 4 and breathe out for a count of 6. Breathing without strain. I invite you to lengthen the exhalation even more now. Breathe in for a count of 4 and breathe out for a count of 8. So by lengthening the exhalation, it helps to calm the nervous system. It allows us to surrender and let go of any tension, either physically, mentally, or emotionally. Let's do one more round. Breathing in for a count of 4 and breathe out for a count of 8. And then return your breathing to its natural pace. Allow yourself to go deep into relaxation. Bring our attention back to the physical body. Take 2 deeper breaths to awaken the body. Wiggle fingers and toes and gently roll your head from one side to the other. Hug the knees into the chest, rock from side to side. Roll onto the right side, pause for a moment. And when you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes closed just a moment more, maintaining a connection within. Be aware of how you feel after the yoga practice. able to respond to life's challenges rather than react, able to greet the world with an open heart. Let's seal the practice with the sound of Om and Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti means peace in Sanskrit. Take an inhalation from your lower belly. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day or evening.